Yeah, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Comic Book Weekly Season 7. It's finally arrived. I know a lot of people were asking, at least on my channel, like, when are you guys coming back? Well, yes, we are back. We actually literally got, you would say, our shit together, and we are back. So, of course, I'm Mike Spider Slayer, Comic Book Corner 2.0. Next to me, I have Cat Comic Uno.
Hello.
And of course, I have Brant Fowler.
What's up, everybody?
Yes. So we, of course, had our very busy summers. I've had my tennis summer camp. Kat had her con time, right? And she's still doing another one this weekend.
I
and
am.
Brant was busy moving this entire summer. So it was definitely one of those summers where we actually thought about doing a couple shows where we're like, no, I can't do it.
Yeah.
it wasn't in the cards this particular summer, but
we never want to half-ass a show for you, so I think it was better just to take the month or two off.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. So, and if you're new, welcome to the show. And if you watch this after the live stream, hopefully you enjoy it as well. Of course, this is the weekly live stream that we do where we talk about comics, comic news. And for this particular show, this is our 7th season doing it. So, of course, I'm honored with you guys to continue to do this for another season. And of course, probably maybe like our 15th year, 14th year of like doing live streams together, just in general,
Something like
so
that.
it's really cool to do that. So, and thank you guys for joining in for the show as well. So hopefully we'll have some great conversation. We'll answer some questions. Put your comments on the stream as well, and
Especially
course,
comics we missed, because there's there was a few comics. So if you guys have any questions about those, I'm sure we can answer some stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So this time around, just for this week, we are going to start off with the comic books this week. And then we're going to go into the news, because we got a little bit of news that was kind of older news. We got some newer news, and then we'll take some comments, discussions, and stuff like that as well. So let's dive into it. Let's see what we got here. First comic book that we are talking about this week is probably the book that Kat doesn't read, and it's Transformers. We're on issue 23. So this is the penultimate issue before Daniel Warren Johnson actually leaves.
He leaves in 24. He doesn't leave in 25.
Correct. 25 kicks off Robert Kirkman's run on the series, with
which, if you guys want to talk about now, that was a news piece, but if you guys want to talk about that as you talk about the book, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'll say
absolutely.
the only thing I'll add to that is someone who hasn't been reading Transformers, I didn't know if they could up what they were doing, and I think that's a good way to, I won't say up, but at least be on par of what they were doing. So I thought that was a good move.
I agree. And I think that I was really worried. And honestly, I'm not going to lie, I'm still worried about the series, to tell you the truth. As good as Robert Kirkman is, and how much passion that he has as well for the Transformers, it's just Daniel Warren Johnson's just something special. And that Jorge Corona artwork, it just thrives on emotions. And it's just something that those Transformer books were lacking for years and years and years. And that creative team really had something special going. So I'm hoping that Dan Mora and Robert Kirkman can produce the same thing. I mean, that's the way I look at it.
I mean, if you're going to put together a superstar creative team, right? But Daniel Warren Johnson has such a distinct voice and style and stuff. And so it is going to be different, I'm sure, but we're Robert Kirkman fans. So I think, I don't know. I have faith in him with what Daniel Warren Johnson has built. And obviously Kirkman's been overseeing all this too. So he's definitely got a good idea of how to continue it on. So it's going to be different, but I have faith in it. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah. I mean, we know his writing style, you know, how Robert Kirkman can be. And there's always lots of build up to his series. And then there's the payoff at the end of it, of course.
He's also really good with juggling a lot of characters, which Transformers obviously has a lot of characters. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely excited about that. But this issue was really good. I mean, you basically get to see the Autobots just in their darkest moment, just like the movie. Like it reminded you of that the animated movie back in '86. Like Prime is on his deathbed and whatnot, and but he doesn't die in this one. So and I
Yeah.
guess that's kind of the what you wanted as fans, right? He's not going to die; he's going to live, and it looks like hopefully that the Autobots will prevail. I mean, this book, I just like we said it all already. It has a tons of heart and great action, and just I absolutely love the artwork here.
Yeah, and I feel like this issue in particular brought back some of that human element that we were missing a little bit over a
Hmm.
good portion of it. We had Sparky in there, we had Spike, we had Carly. They were all featured, and there was emotional moments with each of them throughout it. You know, Sparky's in the Matrix, and Carly's, you know, captured by the military and dealing with all that. You got Shredhead sent back to be with her and all that stuff. So there was a lot going on, but it as always it flowed really nicely. It didn't you don't feel overwhelmed by it. And like you said, you had that 80s, animated movie feel with Optimus, and now we're about to have that final square off between him and Megatron next issue. So that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, Megatron is a badass in this comic too, man. Like he is just plain out evil. That's awesome. So yeah, really good stuff there. So I'm excited to see their final issue on how they're going to wrap that up, and then obviously the new jumping on point for a lot of people. So really cool about that. And guys, thank you for the love of us coming back. We're like we said, we're really happy to be back here. So
We missed
all
it
right,
too, for sure.
yeah. And then we go on to all right. So we all read the next two books. So let's talk about Predator Kills the Marvel Universe. I'm curious to see Kat's thoughts on this comic book.
I did like it. I thought it gave me enough for a second issue. It was as good as Spider-Man, no, but I thought I remember liking the cliffhanger. I'm trying to remind myself of the cliffhanger. But I know people died. I'm trying to remember who died. I feel like it was a Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Fantastic Four. And I'm like, oh, that was kind of crazy. I liked how Sue reacted to it. But yeah, no, I liked it enough. Is it my favorite book on stands? I don't know, but I want to see where it goes. And I think Benjamin Percy does a really good popcorn flick style without it feeling like it doesn't have substance. I think he does a pretty good balance.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I
Mike.
liked it too, and I'm not a Predator fan. I usually skip Predator and Alien books altogether. I just they're not my franchises for whatever reason. But with that Spider-Man one, I tried that out, and I really liked that on Mike's recommendation, and so that led me to get this one too. So I felt it was a nice continuation, and I had known enough about what had happened in the other books to kind of pick up on that too. So yeah, I think it was pretty well done for what it was, and because it's a different timeline, universe, whatever, you have everyone could be a casualty. So I like that element of it too, because you don't know who's going to make it, and so yeah, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I just like how it continued off of the Spider-Man series.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
With
obviously
Craven.
all the other series led into it, but
Hmm.
the Spider-Man series, it was like at the end of it, you're like, oh, Kirby and Hunter's going away with them. Like, okay, fine, right? And then they find them worthy enough to hunt with them. And it only makes sense that the real reason why they can kill the Marvel Universe characters is with the aid of Kraven the Hunter. So I thought that was a nice twist to the book, right? And
Yeah,
because then they can find out all their weaknesses. I mean, to go there and sit there and kill, or slice off Reed's arm was crazy, and to like knock off thing in space was insane. And then just like the very first picture, first like pages of the issue, I was like, dang, this is intense. And then I was like, I liked it. I thought it was fun. And obviously when you get Kills the Marvel Universe, we've seen these types of books before, but I felt like there was a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more meat to this story, it wasn't
Because
just
there was the
random.
previous titles too.
Right.
I think that helped.
Exactly. It wasn't like, hey, Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe for like the fifth time,
right.
it,
Yeah,
it had something behind it.
right. It was like a little mini event.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, cool. So let's check out this one here. Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum, issue 1. So this was a DC Black label, and the nice thing is that it's still like a regular comic book, right? And this is from the creative team of the Ice Cream Man, and so it definitely had that. Obviously, the artwork from the Ice Cream Man, but it wasn't like a horror book, but it did kind of have that like tone to it with the different kryptonites and messing Superman up and messing his brain up with the kryptonite that he got exposed to in this issue. And but it was an interesting concept. Oh, there's new kryptonites. I need to test them to see like what they do to me, how they can be a threat to the world, how can they be a threat to the bad guys and things like that. I liked it. I thought it was a little long for what it was, but I still enjoyed that crazy artwork in that vibe. It did reminding me of like All-Star Superman, and just like it reminded me of a lot of the movie as well.
Yeah, no, I like the different kryptonites. I like that it felt like it was necessary to read this this out of context series, and I enjoyed what the purple kryptonite did to him of like, oh, is Lois gonna break up with him? What's going on there? I liked it. I thought it was really solid. It was better than I expected, because with these books, I feel like I'm like, I'll give issue 1 a try, but will I continue issues and issues? Because like it's a side story. What do I need from this? And this gave something that the regular Superman books aren't doing right now.
Yeah. I liked it for what it was too. I felt like it was. I agree. It was a little bit long. But I like the concept of discovering new kryptonite, strains or whatever. I don't love the names of them, like speckled as a. It's kind of a. It's like they went back in time to name these, but
it's like Purple K, and it's like sounded like a drug. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
There's
speckled and rainbow, and
I'm curious what like the rainbow one will do. I think it's a combination of all of them, and it's just going to like completely mess them up. I think that's what's going to happen.
That could be. I'm more curious about speckled. Like, what the heck does speckled do? Like,
I don't know.
I can't even imagine what that might do.
Maybe we'll get
obviously, the next
2.
one, it makes him large and makes him like Ant-Man or whatever it is. So curious how he handles that one.
Yeah. So he's even more powerful, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Can you see him flying that big?
Yeah, that'd be weird.
That's funny.
But yeah, it's I don't know that I love that art style on a Superman book, and especially Batman looked tiny. He looks so small. It was weird, but
it is different for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely different, but it also had kind of a classic like golden age feel to it a little bit.
Yeah. I like the robots. I thought they were kind of cool.
Yeah. So I can appreciate elements of it, no pun intended. But yeah, it was a decent read. I don't know that I would continue with it, but I liked it.
We do have a question here, just because we've been gone for the whole summer. But what did you guys think of the summer blockbusters? You had, mostly I'm sure what people want to know is Fantastic Four and Superman. I like them, but I want to hear Mike's opinion on this. I actually like Thunderbolts the most out of all of them. Like, I thought Superman was fun. Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen Thunderbolts yet, but I really like Thunderbolts because I felt like I wasn't expecting anything, and I really like the character beats. I just really enjoyed it. And Superman, I thought, was a really good foundation for what's to come. I thought Fantastic Four was a fun movie. Like, I enjoyed both of them, but I actually like Thunderbolts the most. And out of like movies I enjoyed the most this summer, Weapons was really good. I still think Final Destination was my favorite of the year. Freakier Friday was fun. So those were my favorites.
When it comes to the superhero movies, like I saw all of them. Like I saw Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and Superman. Thunderbolts surprised me. Like I liked it. It was a more like down to earth type of movie, which I enjoyed. Right, and I liked all the different characters. I was pissed off that Taskmaster got killed. Like I was like, oh, they made the Taskmaster a little bit better. Boom, in his head and dead. I was like, oh, figures. But it was good. No, it was fine. It was absolutely fine for what it was. I thought it was better than the Captain America Hulk, movie by far. And then I saw Superman. Superman got me emotional because I just have this attachment to the old movies, to Christopher Reeve, how I was a little boy watching these Superman movies. You know what I'm saying? Crypto, like I liked all that stuff. Lots of action in Superman. Never felt bored watching it. Was it predictable? Yeah, it was kind of predictable. And like you said, it did set a good foundation for what's to come for DC. And it showed what Superman is, right? It's like he's willing to risk his life for anything, even a squirrel, right? So it's just like I like that aspect of it, right? I even like Mr. Terrific. I like the supporting cast.
See,
It
I
was
thought like
good.
Lois took the like I thought she was the best out of everything. The
Yeah,
Superman,
she
like
was
I liked
really
him.
good.
I want to see where he goes. Like I think if they do like Doomsday and stuff like that, I think that'll be really interesting. I think there was times where he got too angry and something I didn't love, but
Right.
I loved Lois. I thought she was perfect. And someone also did ask if we watched 28 years later. I
I
hated
didn't
it.
see it. No, I
It
didn't
was
see it.
so not for me. I did not like it, but I can understand people liking it, but it was not for me.
And when I look at Superman, I just look at it as, not everybody's going to like it or whatever it is, but you got to understand it's a Superman for a new generation. And this Superman's almost got to fit kind of like what today's generation is about. So he's going to be more of a more modernized character. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people like to compare it to the old Superman, Christopher Reeves and everything, but it is dated. I'm not saying it's not bad. Like nothing can ever like really replace that because it's classic, it's iconic, but it is dated. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people that are young in their 20s and teens, this is going to be their Superman. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way you got to look at it. Now, Fantastic Four, I really like that movie too. I thought it was great. I think it's a movie that focuses on family and you getting to know who that family actually is. There's not a ton of action in it, but that's okay because you're learning who these characters are. And I was fine with that. I thought Galactus looked cool. I thought the Silver Surfer in this world looked cool. And I like the cliffhanger as well, with the post-credit scene. And overall, it was a fun movie, and I really enjoyed it. Do I wish there was a little bit more action? Yeah, but I loved seeing all the interaction with the characters and what the representation of family is. And
I like
that's what
Sue
I
a
like.
lot too. I feel like
Yeah,
they
Sue was
finally
really
kind of
good.
given Sue some stuff. It's funny though. I do think I like Superman more than Fantastic Four, even though I'm a bigger Fantastic Four fan and bigger Marvel fan. But I think Superman was just something that DC needed. It's just been a very long time for me personally that I've liked the DC movie like that. So yeah, Superman's a little higher, but again, Thunderbolt's my number one. So. But all good superhero movies. Besides Captain America, that was the only one that I also didn't love this year. But it's nice to have good superhero movies again.
Did you
Brand,
see him, Brent?
I was gonna say, I'm guessing you're waiting, or
Yeah, I was just waiting for you all to finish.
go.
But no, it's fine. I have not seen Superman or Fantastic Four yet. I was gonna go see Superman today, just didn't work out. Because I figured you all would talk about it, and I was like, I gotta go see it. But it just didn't work out. I did see Thunderbolts. I like Thunderbolts. Lisa and I both like that one, and I thought Captain America was fine. I didn't hate it or anything, but I like Thunderbolts better too. I think. I did see Final Destination. I really like that.
that was a 5 out of 5 for me. I love
So
Final Destination.
right now in my household, we're watching Final Destination because my daughter wanted to see him. So
Nice.
we got through the first 2 movies. So that's where we're
Okay.
at right now. So we're on our way to number 3 now.
Nice.
I love number 3. And you've seen them all, Mike, or you
I
haven't seen them?
have. I
Okay.
think I've seen them all. It's like they're always on TV. So like they come
Sure.
on and I start getting hooked and I start watching them. But then I never know like which ones are what. Like I've probably seen them all blended together, right? So I've definitely seen, is 3 the one with the roller coaster and the
Yeah.
and the
Mhm.
and the tanning beds?
Yeah. Yeah. Tanning Beds, I think, was
Think
in 3 too.
Yeah.
I've seen them all.
It's good.
It's been a
I'll
while.
say, but the last one was like, I think it was the best, and that's like I love 3. 3 is one of my favorites ever, but I genuinely think this last one, I think you're gonna like it, Mike. It's really good.
I like the I like the
Mm.
way that the story in the latest one, and not to spoil anything, Mike, but it starts back in time because
Uh-huh.
it's bloodlines, obviously. So it starts back in time, then jumps to the present,
Cool,
and
cool.
it's connected, and
That's
it's
awesome.
really cool the way it's done. But I've seen most of those in the theater, so I love the franchise too. So
I've seen 4, 5, and now 6 in the theater, but 1 through 3. 3, I don't even know if it was in the theaters. I think it was a
it
direct
might
to
not have been.
DVD.
Yeah,
And 1 and 2, I was pretty young. I think 1,
yeah.
it was like 2000. So
I'm pretty sure I saw 1 and 2 with my cousins,
Huh.
if I remember correctly. So,
I remember
but
seeing 2 on TV, like when Heroes was on, because Ali Larter
mhm.
was in it. So I was like, oh, I should
Yeah,
watch it because she's in Heroes. So I remember seeing them on TV, but it's my favorite horror franchise. And if you guys know, I love horror. So that means a lot if that's my favorite. But I
I
was very
don't
happy
love
with it.
horror, but I love
Mhm.
those movies. So
They're
I
fun.
don't know
I saw
what that means.
Jurassic Park too.
I have not
I
seen
heard
that.
it was just okay. I didn't
Nope.
watch that one.
If you've watched a Jurassic Park movie, you've seen them all. It's pretty much the same as every other Jurassic Park movie.
I
Nothing
mean,
special, you know. I thought what's her face was in it. Oh my god.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. I thought
Yeah.
she was really good in it, but I love anything that she's in. Always have, even before she was Black Widow. She did a good job in it, but it's pretty much like the same thing over and over again. Now there's more mutated dinosaurs, so it's like why do we need mutated dinosaurs when the other dinosaurs are just fine? you know? So, but it is what it is. If you want to go there just for like some action and for fun, yeah, go see it.
I love that franchise too, so I'm definitely gonna see
Yeah,
it.
it's
But
one of those ones where you'll have to watch it just to see what it is.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
That, and I still gotta see Mission Impossible, and somebody mentioned that one.
Yes, that's another one that came out. I saw. Have you seen F1? I also didn't like it. I know
I
people
didn't see
loved
that,
it.
but
I
I've
have
heard
not
good.
seen
I actually have heard lots of good things about that
I
movie.
know. I was surprised how much I disliked it. It was just kind of boring. But I usually like those type of movies, so I was surprised I didn't love it. But it wasn't for me.
I
I saw
think that one's
Naked
on.
Gun. A lot of people were
Oh,
talking about that. I want to see that. I have not seen it yet, but that's one that's on my list.
I was just gonna say, I think F1's on Netflix or is about to be.
Yeah, it's been out for a while, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's going there.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another. Oh, you're back. We're back.
Yeah, we're
Talking
back, baby.
movies, talking
Yeah.
comics.
And the
Catching
new
up.
time is 10 o'clock, guys.
Mm.
10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, roughly 10 o'clock.
Even though we're a few minutes late tonight.
Yeah,
but
we're notorious for being late, but
Yeah.
we haven't been on StreamYard so long. We had to like reset all our settings and get logged on. So that's why we were kind of late, you know? So we'll do our best to be on at 10. But if you're looking for the show, it's 10 p.m. Eastern. So now we're also a little earlier, so you can stay on longer if you have to go to bed. So that's cool. All right, let's move forward. We had our movie talk in there. Let's go on to our well, what was your number 5 then, Kat?
Mine was I was a fashion school serial killer. I was a little torn on this one, but I put it there because I think the action was good. I liked the story. I just wanted more. Like it ended in such
Yeah.
a weird place where it's like that girl that she's been hanging out with, that's like her friend, and then she finds out she's a serial killer, and they're like, "Oh, I want to be more," and you're like, "Oh, cool, they're gonna like get a romance or whatever," and like, "We want to be business partners." I'm like, "Okay, cool, and I want to see that now," and it just kind of
But
ends.
it's
So I was like,
over, yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's so weird. Like, I like this issue, but I'm a little again like there's not a sequel
Yeah.
announced. So
I'm hoping there's gonna be a sequel because that's a weird
Yeah.
place to end it. Yeah, I agree.
It took
completely.
such a like weird turn too.
Yeah.
Like at one second we're at school, and the next thing it's just like, yeah, there's like human trafficking stuff going on with
Yeah.
the dean and all this other stuff. I'm like, wait a second, where the hell did this come
Yeah,
from?
it just came out of nowhere, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, the concept of the story was great from the very start. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. I mean, his stuff is great. I love the artwork in there. And even though the story did kind of like abruptly ended, will we get a second one? It's possible because we got from the series Plastic, they made a sequel to that one.
Mhm.
So maybe they'll make a sequel to this one. I hope they do.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a while though. We'll see
Yeah,
what happens, but
absolutely. It seems
I
like he takes a while between projects.
yeah, it was also weird how easily Sophie accepted all this. Just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll be business partners. I'm cool with
You're a
all the murder.
serial killer? Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
She definitely took it okay, but she also
Yeah.
seemed a little weird from the beginning. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Well, I think she really liked her. So, and yeah,
Yeah.
some of those things,
But which is
It's
why the ending was so weird because you thought they were
Yeah.
gonna get together and then they don't. But again, I think it's for to build something more. It'll probably be like we're in a fashion instead of I was a fashion school serial killer. It's like I'm a fashion business serial killer or whatever.
yeah.
So I'm sure there'll
The,
be something there.
the fact that she was scratching her arm in that last
Yeah.
panel
Yeah.
leads you to believe, okay, something else has got to happen here.
Yeah. So, what was yours, Brent?
I don't have a proper top 5 this week. Just I
Okay.
didn't get to finish all my books, so I didn't really want to rank them. So I'm just gonna talk about them as they come up. I think if that's all right.
Gotcha. Yeah, they're good. All right, my number 5, and kind of like Kat, like I struggled because I had about probably 8 or 9 books that like I really liked, and Fashion School Serial Killer was one of those books, but I left it off of there kind of for that reason. You know, it was like such a quick ending, so I decided to go with Fantastic Four issue
Hmm.
2. I feel like the series this volume is off to a really good start. I do like the again, we go back to the Fantastic Four and we talk about family dynamic. I feel like it's really well done so far in this series. Now we don't get as much Johnny and Ben in this one, but we get a lot of interaction between Sue and Reed and how what would Sue's thinking, like what would Reed think of, and try to find this solution to get out of this timeline of Earth before she basically melts to death or actually I guess dies of dehydration or whatever it is, and just them going back and wind up reuniting with each other was really good. And then obviously it sets things up to to come when it comes to like more time traveling and all that other stuff. But I like this issue. I thought it was really good. And since it's such a focal on Sue, there's not as much dialogue. Whenever you get Reed in it, he always likes to jabber, jabber, jabber. And you're always like, oh my God, just shut up, Reed. And that's sometimes why I dislike the Fantastic Four, because Reed is the one that always does the heavy talking.
Yeah. I like the first issue a lot. I like this issue, but I didn't love the Doom tie-in to it because I'm not following that event. So I was like, oh, I don't really need Doom. But I like the Sue stuff a lot. I enjoyed that. And I do like this volume a lot more than last volume so far. But that first issue really impressed me. I like the first issue a lot. But it just set up such an interesting thing. And then they do move a little bit. Obviously, the time travel stuff is still going to play a part because of that ending. But I want them to stay in these places for at least one more issue, which is weird because you usually don't say that. It's like, oh, you take so long to be in this place. But I actually thought one more issue would have been nice.
I like the Doom aspect of it just because I like that he played on Reed's need to explain himself and that, trapped him once again. So I like that aspect of it. And I agree. I think I like issue 1 a little bit better, but I do like this run so far. The only nitpick I have is that it feels like the last 2 or 3 runs, they always start off separated. It's just like how everybody starts Fantastic Four these days. So that's my only nitpick. But
maybe it's just so you get like introduced to the characters, I guess. Right. You know what I'm saying?
We do have a question from Carlos. What do you guys think about Marvel releasing the Battle Worlds book? I'm kind of new to comics. I'm wondering if this is a response to DC's KO event. I don't know if it's a response because I don't know if they would have planned that. Yeah, it's 5 issues. It was, I don't know if they would have time to plan that whole series in a response to KO. And I don't, KO seems like it's going to be a big event. Battle World, though, it just seems like it's going to be a mini series, which it could be fun, but I don't think they're going to be in the same level.
Yeah, I was actually surprised to see Battle World again. I'm not going to lie, because this is the 3rd time we're getting this, right? You get Secret Wars from 1980s, and you get Secret Wars Battle World in 2015, and now 10 years later you're getting another Battle World situation here. And you know what you're getting out of this one? You're getting the new Venom. you're getting that character that's wearing blue and red instead of black. That's what you're getting out of this. But I don't know what to expect from this series at all. I mean, I'm kind of excited. I'm more intrigued than excited, I would guess, you know, to see what it has to offer.
I hadn't even heard about it. To be honest.
There
I'm
you
a
go.
little behind on
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It has been a very like low key announcement. It hasn't been like this big thing.
Gotcha.
So we shall see. All right. And I got a question here. It said, was surprised not to see Black Cat on the pull numbers on your latest list. I do my most pulled video of the week, and there's usually 15 books I talk about. And yeah, Black Cat was not in that list. It was just, I think, in the 20s. I think it was.
I'm surprised with the G. Willow Wilson.
I would
That she's writing
I agree.
it. Yeah,
I
I'm
agree.
surprised by that.
But maybe people are just waiting. They'll try out that first issue, and then they'll be like, okay, that first issue is good. Now I'll put it on my pull list. Sometimes that's what happens, right?
I'm excited for it. I'm very excited for that one. Because honestly, like, has G. Willow Wilson done wrong? Like, even Poison Ivy, people love that run. I didn't read that run, but I know people die by it.
I read it.
Love Miss Marvel.
Really good. Yeah, it's really good.
So I'm excited for her to write Black Cat.
All right, cool. And then let's see. So we did our number 5. So let's go on to our next book we're going to talk about is, let's see, I guess Brant and I read these, Ultimates number 15 and Space Ghost issue 1. So
I think you skipped the Ultimate. We didn't talk about the section above yet.
Oh, my bad. I think I moved it down. That's what it was.
I also did not read the Incursion yet. Sorry about that.
Incursion, Ultimate.
I'll say nothing really happens. It's not the book you think it is.
It's not really that great. I mean, you got Miles Morales, trying to save his sister, and he's been going within the universe, and this time he comes across the Ultimate X-Men, which is Maystorm and Armor and all that stuff, and it really wasn't all that great. I think it was Nico on this. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, it's the Ultimate X-Men characters, like from that series. That's not that, again, I'm sure people enjoy it, but it's not the biggest. A lot of people liked it.
Yeah. It's just, this was the first time that these characters like crossed over with another character, and it was just kind of weird because they couldn't understand each other and all this other stuff. And Miles is really focused on his, finding his baby sister. Comes across Silver Samurai. It's nothing really that great or spectacular at all. It was just kind of, it was really boring.
Especially with the promise of the book. Like, the promise is like, oh my God, the Ultimate Universe is ending. Like, look at all this stuff, and Miles is here. And it just hasn't really been that. And I've been very disappointed. Obviously, I'll continue to read it because I want to know if the Ultimate Universe is ending. But so far has not been that.
Speaking of Spider-Man related things, probably no one noticed, but I redid the colors on our little avatars down here. I don't know if I did us on Spidey colors. Yeah, so yours is Spider-Gwen colors. Mike's is Spider-Man, and mine's Miles. So.
There you go.
There you go.
That's very
Brant
cool.
always changing things up. Obviously, I noticed the season 7.
Yeah.
It's cool. All right. So let's move on then. Let's talk about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 1, but this is part 3 of the series. I read this, believe it or not. And I read it for you guys because
I'm glad.
I would think that you would have read it, right?
Yeah. Brant, what happened?
It's good. I like it.
Cool.
It's good. It's
better than the last
I don't want
one.
to. I can't talk about it without spoiling.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to talk about because I can't spoil it.
I'll say that the second volume, how that ends, they continue it here. I'll just say that. Because did you read the second volume, Mike?
No. And if I did, I didn't
finish it. I didn't finish the second.
The second volume ends in a place where I'll say this because it was the end of the second volume. Shredder and Zed are teaming up. So that's we're getting here, and that's like you get ramifications to that.
Maybe I did
Right.
finish that because that sounds familiar. I don't know.
And you get the turtles and obviously the Power Rangers teaming up, and the enemy is powered up in this series big time, and something happens at the end where you're going to be like, oh shit. And it makes you want to read, like it makes you read, you know, the next issue after that.
That's good.
Artwork is spectacular.
Yeah, I really loved the first volume. The second one I didn't love so much, so I was worried about this one. So I'm glad it was good.
It was good. I think the only nitpick I have is the coloring's a little dark for me, but yeah, the art is good. I like that we're up to a third volume where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers are friends now, so you don't have to really be like, who are you? They just kind of get into the adventure. Like Mike said, there's a big cliffhanger where I think fans will enjoy it. Yeah, it's cool. I liked it. It's Ryan Parrott, so he always does a great job.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now we'll move on to the Green Lantern Corps. So we got the regular Green Lantern book and this Green Lantern Corps book. Like I always get them confused because they're like crossing paths like crazy. Mm-hmm. But nevertheless, I do like it because obviously this Stormbreaker Corps, Sorrow Corps, whatever it is, has basically taken over at this point. And I love the art, the coloring in this book, because since it took over, it's like everything is like all this gray and there's this little tint of green in it.
Yeah.
And they're trying to come up with a plan to go to the source wall to release the entities, which is pretty badass, I think. And we get the return of Relic. Like I never thought we would get that character again. I'm like, where are they getting this guy back from? But yeah, it looks like they're going there with that. So I am really intrigued on where this series is going to go.
Yeah. I like that you have to read both. I think that's something that more of these type of titles should do. I will say I like the other title more just because that's how, and it focuses more on like one character.
Yeah.
But this is a good mythos book if you like it. I'm not as deep into the mythos stuff, but you do need to read this to understand what's going on in the other books. So
I love that it, you know, harkens back to previous arcs, big arcs, you know, big storylines and stuff with Green Lantern. And yeah, it's been like for a long time there we had a broken core and everything was just a mess and all this stuff, and now we've got them back, and as soon as they get back together, this happens. And I love that because it's adding more and more drama. Now you're bringing the entities back into it. I like the way that they had the kind of a deal, like the AI characters had to deal with everybody with logic and reason because they have no emotions. I thought that was a nice touch, you know, and everything. I think it was really well done. It's clever the way that they've structured the story so far. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I agree with you though, Kat. I do like Green Lantern better, just a little bit, but I really like where the story's going so far.
We do have a couple of questions here. Maybe Marvel could get Scott Snyder to jump ship with DC and Marvel crossover. I'll say that would not happen, especially because Scott Snyder is like the architect of all the absolute titles.
Right,
like he's like, yeah, that's not gonna be happening.
And DCKO too, right? Like he's involved with that.
Yeah, him and Joshua Williamson involved with that big time. So
yeah, I don't see him moving anytime soon. The other one is Steven, who is your favorite Earth-based Green Lantern? Hal is for me. I know Mike's answer, but you can give it to the crowd. And then Brant, I know your answer too, but we'll give it to the crowds.
Mine's Kyle Rayner because it's the only DC comic I read when I was a kid or younger, maybe a teenager. And he was like a very relatable character for me. So that's why he's my favorite.
Yeah, it was the same for me. It was Kyle and Wally as for the Flash. So those were my two DC characters back in the day. So yeah, definitely Kyle Rayner for me.
Cool. All right. So let's see. So now we're on what are we? Number four, right?
Yeah.
So Kat, what was your number 4?
Mine was Predator Kills the Marvel Universe. I had a fun time with it, and I wish more blockbuster books can be like that. Little substance, but still fun.
That's what you read right there. That's how Benjamin Percy writes on a regular basis. All his books are like that. I've noticed that because I've read Ghost Rider, Wolverine, like all the books that he's done. It's just like this. And so like if you like that, you might like some of his other stuff.
Now I'm gonna, if I see his name, I'm gonna definitely be reading it more.
Yeah.
I do want to mention this comment. Man, I'm liking Death of Silver Surfer. That's about it for Marvel. I just want to mention it because I don't think we've mentioned it on the show because we've been gone for so long. I love Death of Silver Surfer. I think it's a great book. I think it's fantastic.
It's a book I fell off of because
man.
it's one of the summer casualties for me, unfortunately.
It's really good. It makes it feel like his death might actually happen, and they're building it pretty well. Yeah.
I'll have to try to catch up and read it. All right. My number 4 was Bug Wars, issue 6. So there's the conclusion to that first volume. It's not the end of it. It is returning, which I'm excited to read. We got the conclusion of what happens to Slade. You know, does he live? Does he die? Does he meet up with his mom again? And then the older brother, the bugs are out to kill him. Same thing. Does he live or does he die? And just, it was an all out brawl out action with all these different bugs and everything. Just an awesome book. It was oversized. It was a really solid read. I absolutely really enjoyed this series and this book, and curious to see where it goes from there.
Nice. I'm looking forward to reading that one. I really
I figured you didn't read it, so I was yeah. I'm not gonna give away because it's just a lot of fun.
It's like right there. It was just like a handful of books I didn't get to, and I was saving some of my favorites.
That's one of the books though you have to read last in your pile because it's either first or last because it's one of the heavier books of
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's see. So now we move on to the Ultimates issue 15. So what do we think about this one?
Yeah, this was the Iron Fist one, right?
Yeah.
I did not read that one. There's another thing that was just announced for, I think, a spinoff of the Ultimates. They're doing a lot of the characters that getting their own books. I forget who it was, though. It was recent that they announced somebody, though.
Hawkeye.
Was it Hawkeye?
Maybe it's Hawkeye.
Yeah,
that makes
Hawkeye,
sense. Yeah, Hawkeye's been heavily featured in Ultimates, so that makes sense. I have mixed feelings about this issue because it feels like it slowed everything down to tell us this story because it just kind of took us out of everything that they've been building up in Ultimates to tell us the backstory of this character. But I like the result of the character, I guess. So I'm curious to see where it goes from here, but it felt like it took a very long time to get to that point. You know what I mean? So
I 100% agree. I'm at the point with Ultimates where I still really like the book, but all we're doing is just introducing characters every single issue.
Yeah.
And it's not progressing the overall plot. I feel like it's just the stall until the maker actually comes. So it's like, okay, let's talk about Iron Fist. Okay, great. He was around 10,000 years ago. He's coming back now as a kid. We got to protect him. And it was just like, okay, fine. But what are we accomplishing? Like, how many characters are we going to reintroduce just so they can make an appearance at the very end of the series when it ends?
Right.
I'm sure we can tell other stories besides just these one and done stories of characters that are showing up here.
Yeah, I don't think we need an entire issue to introduce this character like that. So that bugged me a little bit, but yeah.
Right. Okay. But I'm obviously going to see this series all the way through.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost done for crying out loud, right? All right. And then we got the next volume of Space Ghost. So we got the first issue. It kind of continues right off of that annual that was released. And I like this issue because you get to see the grandfather trying to get involved with the kids. And he's like, hey, come with me. And the kids are like, no. Like, Space Ghost is our guardian now. He knows who we are, what we are. He's willing to protect us no matter what. So it's a good story of another family type of story where it shows you the true character of who Space Ghost actually is while he's fighting this toy maker enemy, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, David does such a good job with this book. I
Yeah,
mean, his voice on these characters is just I never this is the best version of Space Ghost for me ever, and I've seen
absolutely.
every version of Space Ghost there is.
Yep.
Um, he just does something different and special with these characters, and like you said, it's a really focus on family, and where he's really made this makeshift family with these two kids and this monkey, and protects them, uh, you know, with everything within him. And it's kind of changed his life too because he lost his family, they lost their family, and so they've come together as this makeshift family. And when the grandfather, which I think he's probably got an ulterior motive, um, when he comes into their life, Space Ghost has to go off fighting, and he's like, where's your guardian and stuff, and they explain to him what Space Ghost means to them without telling him
Right.
he's Space Ghost. And I like the parallel, the mirroring of it, where he's fighting and like defending people and rescuing people and stuff as they're explaining what he does for them in their lives. It was just it was nicely done. It was a nice tribute to the characters and the family bond that they have.
Absolutely. And that's how like every issue is like this.
Yeah.
Like I just absolutely look forward to this book every single time. Before we continue though, real quick, I just wanted to say I appreciate everybody who is watching. An awesome show so far. And if you have a moment, make sure you actually give this video a thumbs up. It definitely helps.
Yeah.
All right. So I have to get the plug before my computer actually dies. So if we want to talk about the next couple books while I go get that, go for it, guys.
I think the next one is our number 3, so I'll talk about my number 3 and we can answer some questions. But my number 3 is Trinity, the daughter of Wonder Woman. I like the issue. It's interesting because it's one of those books where I'm like, do I keep this on my pull list? Do I not? Then every issue I'm like, oh, there's something interesting here. It's the girls get to see Steve Trevor. That's their dad, and it was fun. Again, I don't know how long this will last on my pull list because it is a little whimsical, but for now, I'm having a good time with it. And I like this issue in particular because we got to see them interact with Steve and kind of figure out their relationship with their parents. So I thought that was cool.
Nice. I'm not reading this series. I think I might have read issue 1.
Mhm.
I don't remember. I did like the Trinity backups, but they were a little bit more comical in the whatever series that was. There was a backup where she was with John and
Yeah, it was
Daniel.
Wonder Woman, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I like those, and I like her character. So I think I read the first issue, but I'm not. I don't think I continued on after that. Not because I didn't like it, just because I got so much other stuff to read. And I'm way behind on everything. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it though. I wasn't sure if you were reading
This
it.
issue in particular I liked.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, it's a weird series because I'm like, I like this because of the things that happen in it, but I don't know
Mhm.
if I love the tone of the book. But
Yeah.
we're gonna see it through. I wanna see what's gonna happen with it. We did get a question about Transformers. If you have to read G.I. Joe and Void Rivals to get into it, that's more of a question for you guys.
Yeah, no, you don't have to read either one of those to get into it. There are occasional references to GI Joe. There are various GI Joe characters that pop up, especially at the beginning. There's a couple, and then there's a GI Joe character that pops up later on, but he's not in the GI Joe book yet. So there is connective tissue, but you don't have to read one to get the other.
Cool. I did my number 3, Mike. So you are now to your number 3.
Predator and kills the Marvel universe.
Cool. And now we're just up to the next book, which I think is Supergirl. As Mike drinks his water, it is Supergirl. I really like this series. This issue was a little bit of a slump for me. I liked aspects of it. I liked them going to this goth club. I enjoyed her relationship with this new character, but the ending prolonged a little bit. I was like, all right, kind of get to the point, but I liked ideas of it, and I liked the tone a lot for this book. I enjoyed the Silver Age take on it because again, we've seen Supergirl's story a million times. Why not try doing something we haven't seen in a while? And I haven't seen this version of the character in a while. And you have Lena Luthor. You got some characters that you might know from like the television show. So I like it. Again, this wasn't my favorite issue, but I like the series as a whole.
I mean, I have fun with it. It's more like a She-Hulk book for me, if that, if that makes sense. Just to see what these characters are kind of going through, and the struggles that Kara is going through, and then this like her being this mentor to Leslar, is that how you say her
Something
name?
like that.
Something
Which
like
makes
that.
sense. Very
Right.
Silver Age Supergirl with
Yeah,
the
and
name
then
of
there
it.
and then they find this new psychic character at the end of it. So I'm not sure where we're going with that. But yeah, it was kind of cool to see them go out on a night out of town and dress as goth chicks, like you said. And it was fine. I mean, it's not obviously, like I said, my favorite series, period. But
It's
it's
a good
just one of
palate
those.
cleanser.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you can have fun, and you don't see very many Supergirl books out. So, like I said, it's very much like She-Hulk. Like when one comes out, you kind of want to read it just to see what's going on with it.
Yeah, I tried it for that reason. I didn't like the first issue, so I just didn't continue
I'll
on
say if
with
you
it.
don't like the first issue, you're not gonna like the
Yeah,
series
yeah,
because it's very similar tone throughout the series.
And
right.
the artwork is different. It's like it's so like almost like YA for me. Like when I see it,
Yeah,
and it's so funny because they make they make this Leslar character like she's very voluptuous in the book. It's just like she was very skinny in like when she was on, I guess, Krypton, and then when she made her way here, right? It was just like they make her real thick and just like it's like, dang, this girl's got some curves on her. She
I'm
makes
guessing
like
Power Girl-esque. They're probably referencing that in
yeah, that's
some way
probably
too.
what it is, and
Yeah.
it makes like Kara look like real tiny compared to her. So I
I
don't
like her
know.
character a lot. That's the thing that I feel like makes this book really stand out is this kind of wild card character. Like, is she a villain? Is she a hero? What's Supergirl going to do? And they make a reference in this issue in particular where Kara is like, oh, I guess this is how Superman felt. So now it's Supergirl in the role of Superman. And I don't know. If you like Supergirl and you like the history of Supergirl, there's something really here, which I like.
Right.
But if you're not a huge Supergirl fan, like it might be a little harder to get into.
I just wonder, like, how long is this going to go on for with these two, in there? Like,
I'll
how long
say
will she be there?
they've done a good job at redefining their relationship every issue, which I like.
Right.
It doesn't feel like, oh man, this again. Like I do feel like it's progressing every issue.
Right. All right, cool. So then we talked about the next book, obviously. So then we go on to our number 2. Kat, what was your number 2?
Mine was Power Rangers TMNT.
Okay. Mine was actually Conan the Barbarian, issue 23. This book is good, man. Like, listen, I'm never been the biggest Conan fan, just like I was never the biggest Space Ghost fan. But the way Jim Zub writes this comic book is just, it's next level stuff. And it has this vibe, this feel, like it's almost like an old school comic, but it's a refreshing, like, new take on Conan. But the artwork is absolutely like mesmerizing, like the action, the scenes, the just everything about it is just, it's like so exotic, it's fantasy like, it's gory, it just has all these different things in there, and it's just like it takes you to a different place. And I love when comics can do that, and like it's hard to explain the story, especially if you don't know anything about what's going on in the book. But it's one of those books where I can just say, if you're worried about jumping on, don't worry about it. Just pick one up and eventually you'll catch on. It's not that hard of a comic to like grasp, but it's just an amazing story. And again, Jim Zub really knows how to write this character, and it's just so much fun to actually read it each and every month it comes out. So, and I got this recommendation just from my viewers on my channel, just like, Mike, you gotta try Conan. You gotta try Conan. I'm like, I'm never a Conan fan, and I got gifted, the copies to me from not only a person from, I goes to my comic shop, but Jim Zub actually gave me digital copies as well to read. So it was just like, and once I started reading a couple issues, I was like, oh wow. And then I jumped on a regular basis. And I was like, well, I really don't know what's going on at this point, but I got it. I understood it. And it just got better as time goes on.
Cool.
So really cool.
Awesome.
All right.
I'm seeing
Yeah,
a
go
lot
ahead.
of love for Do a Power Bomb in the comments. And
Which we all love here.
Yeah, we all absolutely love that book. That was I think that was Kat and I's introduction to Daniel Warren Johnson.
Yeah. We didn't read Murder Falcon, so
Right.
that was
No, yeah, I was the one that read Murder Falcon. I was like, guys, gotta read freaking Murder Falcon, man. And you're like, oh yeah, I don't know. And then you read Do a Power Bomb, and it was like because it was wrestling, so it's like, okay, there we go. And then that was your introduction to it.
It was great. I loved it. I wish his the moon following you was a little bit more for me. It's so fantasy driven, is so not for me. But I still like him as a creator. That just one that was just like
Moon is Following Us. So ended with like again, it was like a tearjerker, man.
Really.
Yeah,
that's what he
it
does.
really did, and that's how he ends his books. And it's like it was a tough read for sure, man. At the end, it was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mike never name drops. You know who told me that? Jim Zub.
You're allowed to name drop.
All right. Let's see where we're at now. Oh, we just go to our number one, I guess at this point. So what was your number one, Kat?
Mine was the Superman book. I thought it was unique. I enjoyed it. It was a solid book.
Nice. Mine was Transformers, of course, issue 23. I'll probably always be number one. Yeah. You know, it's just the way it's gonna be.
I would. Are either one of you reading the David Marquez book Unchosen?
I read the first issue, and I can see why it's a very Brant book. But I didn't like it.
I figured you'd say that. Yeah, I didn't think it was probably your thing. But yeah,
what is
I like
it?
the art. It's called Unchosen. It's an image book.
Oh yeah, I'm not reading it.
Okay, I enjoyed it. If you didn't like the first issue, the second issue is more of the same. So
yeah, it's probably more mystical.
Yeah.
But like I said, I read it. I'm like, this is definitely Brant would really like this.
It's definitely right up my alley. I don't know if anybody else's, so that's fine. I was just curious, but I really like it so far.
All right, so before we get into the news that we have, do we want to do the most anticipated for this coming week for tomorrow?
Yeah, we can.
All right, cool. Go for it, Brant.
All right. Flip over to that screen. All right, so there's one book that's on all of ours, and we already talked about it earlier in the show, so I'll just go ahead and talk about that. It's mine and Mike's number one. Kat's number 3 is Black Cat. We're all excited for that one. G. Willow Wilson. It's been a little bit now since Jed McKay had that book, so I'm really curious to see how somebody else, especially somebody of that renown, handles the character. So.
I also want to see what's up with her and where she stands, because in Amazing Spider-Man, she's maybe wants to be with Peter, but then maybe doesn't. Like the last issue of Amazing Spider-Man made me laugh so freaking hard when MJ reveals that she's Venom, and then Peter's like, so we're not getting back together. He's desperate. This band's desperate.
And he's got a girlfriend. Like, what the heck?
And he has a girlfriend that they've never discussed. No, they have discussed an open relationship, kinda. But she says, I'm the only one who's allowed to date other people, but you're not. Right. Great relationship. But I just thought that was really funny because I know that's kind of where we left off. Is Black Cat kind of wants to be with Peter, but then nothing ever happened. So I don't know where that's going to take Black Cat here, because I feel like in her solo book she tends to have relationships with other people that aren't Spider-Man. So curious to see where G. Willow Wilson will take it.
Yeah,
she has to have a supporting cast of some sort.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where she's going to go with that. But yeah, that last issue of Amazing Spider-Man where Peter just kind of slams the door on Mary Jane was hilarious.
Yeah, it was
kind of like, oh yeah, you deserve each other, you and Venom. So
it was so unlike Peter. It was
kind of like go fuck off. I mean, that's kind of what he was. I mean, he was so crazy. That issue was wild because he was so he's trying to regroup from that loss from Hellgate on like what to do, and then he comes together at the end and he's just like, yeah, I'm Spider-Man. I gotta do what I gotta do. But it's just like,
I'm not so sure that was him.
Huh?
I think that was Ben.
You think it was Ben?
I think it was Ben. The
Why do you
the
say
gauntlets
that?
were on the outside of the costume. The web,
Oh, I didn't notice that.
they were on the outside of the costume on his wrist and his ankles. I think he
That
got
it
help.
could
I
be
think
with
he
the
got Ben.
cosmic stuff coming, because the cosmic stuff, there's 2 Spider-Man, so
Yeah, I think he got Ben to help somehow. I don't know
Hmm.
how that happened, considering everything that's going on with Ben. But anyway, I could be totally off base with that, but that was my take. But yeah, if you put it in perspective, what all he went through, though, like he did the whole like Doctor Strange thing, or the Sorcerer Supreme thing, and then he does Hellgate, and then he's like beaten down, and all that stuff. Then the drug stuff and all this stuff, and then Mary Jane shows up and like, wait, I need to talk, and he's like gets his hopes up, and then gets shot down. So I could understand him slamming the door.
it's just so random that she would come in that moment. Like there was like no
Right?
build up to it. It was just
No,
strange.
none at all. Yeah, it was.
No, I mean, I think Peter's just the swinging man right now. I just think he's like hooking up with Shay, banging Black Cat on the side, sees Mary Jane, whatever, I just
Which is
think
all good and done. I just
maybe.
feel bad he has such a bad relationship with Shay, like because it seems like he wants to be with her, like more.
I don't know if he does or not. Like,
I don't know what he wants.
He needs to say it. Then he's got to be like, I don't
Yeah.
care. Like,
Well,
let's like
it's
not
like
really be
she
in a
does-
relationship.
she's a waste, though. She's a complete waste of space in
Yeah.
this comic. Like, I don't even know why she's here when she's just playing the game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
I think because they're trying to make it modern, which is fine, but it's just
Yeah.
like give Peter some urgency then. Like let Peter be like, yeah, let's not be serious. Like let's have a conversation. Like that's the thing. Like all the stories, they have something. There's something on the surface of like, let's do a story about this modern dating situation, but then they never really actually tell a real human story about it. Like it's just like, this is like doesn't feel real,
I think I get it. I think they're turning Peter Parker into Archie Andrews. I think that's what he just every girl and can't make a decision. I think that's what it is.
There's this comment here. It says Predator kills Marvel Universe. It was great. Love from Chicago. It popped in my brain. Marvel, Predator kills the Marvel Universe. Just kill Shay. Just
there we go.
Make her a casualty.
Kill Shay.
And then
Kill
at
Paul,
the same time, oh man, we forgot. We didn't even talk about this.
Yeah, we didn't talk about
MJ and Paul.
With
What
Paul
I love about that book is none of it makes sense, but I kind of love that. Like that scene comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, okay,
it's
who cares?
great. I love
it's
the book
awesome
because it trashes Paul the entire series, and his ass
Yeah.
gets dumped. And I don't care if it makes Mary Jane look like the bad guy. She just doesn't love him. That's just what it comes down to at the end of the day.
He was there at the time.
Right.
And
yeah.
now she's over it.
She's kind of like, okay, I just don't really like this cringy man bun guy. Like, I don't like him.
I love the way.
Venom.
Yeah, I love the way. I love the way it came together though, because Paul's like, we can work it out, and she's like, oh, sweet.
She's like, I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, it was so funny. I love it.
I
Anyway.
like that everyone's on the same page about all new Venom, because and maybe people in the comments will say I think it's trash, but everyone I talk to is just like, no, it's fun. Like I like reading it. Like even when I went to the comic store, like people usually have different opinions. Like, nah, it's a great book because it's just like stupid fun.
Yeah, I don't look at it as Mary Jane so much as Venom. I just look at it as the trashing on Paul book. That's what I look at it as, Yeah,
it's just this. Yeah, it's one of those books you don't have to take seriously. It doesn't have to mean something. It doesn't have to be like this character study. It's just it's fun. That's all it is.
And maybe it's meant to maybe it's supposed to be that way, because they said here it's like, love me some soap opera at all new Venom, and being it's Mary Jane, right? And she's an actress. Maybe she's like, the actress in her own comic, starring in her own soap opera type of comic.
Yeah, life imitating art kind of thing. Yeah,
right.
I could see that. Honestly, that's a good actual analysis of the book. Like it is. Yeah, and that's again, it's a cool book in that way. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah. And the other book that's on all of ours is All New Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider issue 1.
The last issue revealed, so like it did an interesting retcon that her dad's now back in the book in the regular universe, and now she does not have the Venom anymore. She has her powers just because of her. So I thought that was a really interesting place to pick up. I've been saying Stephanie Phillips writes this book so well for a book that really shouldn't be very good. And I'm not saying it's the #1 book on the list, but all the elements are against her, and somehow Phillips makes it work. And I liked where that issue ended.
I really like Stephanie Phillips' writing.
Mhm.
I do. Anything that I've read, that she's written, I've really enjoyed.
Yeah, she's definitely written some good stuff for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I remember I liked that Capwolf book that she wrote, which was
I think
solid
you
also.
Yeah, I think you also like Grimm, didn't you? I think she writes
Yeah,
that.
I liked it for a while, and then I
Okay.
fell off of it. And then she wrote an issue recently of, I think it was Bring On the Bad Guys, which wasn't that bad, not bad. It was pretty good. And then she's written some other stuff that I have, like she writes decent like mini series most of the time. I haven't read too many of like her ongoing stuff, but I'm excited for this. I did read that last issue of Ghost Spider, so I had an idea of where we were going with it from there. So
now she's gonna get a new band.
This one is good, like really good.
The last one wasn't bad. I
No.
liked the last one. Again, did it become my #1 pick a lot of times? No, but it was always a pretty solid series.
Yeah. It was definitely a book that I enjoyed reading. I agree with you though. It wasn't like top 5 picks, but I definitely never missed it. So, all right, and so let's move on to the other books on our list. Let's see. I'll start with GI Joe because it's been mentioned here tonight. So issue 10, we got CoverGirl versus Baroness. That's really all you got to say. I'm looking forward to it. Love this book. Are you still reading it, Mike?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
This is a little bit of a low for me because it just focuses on those.
Yeah.
But we did get some good action in the last issue with Major Blood comes back, and she's trying to get he's trying to get revenge on her and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool. So that.
I like the way that they set up Baroness's turn because obviously eventually she's going to go to Cobra. So I think that's where it's going to end up going. So
right.
We'll see. And I like Raptor. I like the way that they
I forgot totally who he was. I'm like, Raptor. I'm like, who is this guy? I had to actually look him up on the internet. I'm like,
oh really?
Man, I vaguely remember this guy. Like, was he newer?
Yeah, he came out like, oh man, I don't even remember. When they were doing like based on the toy lines and stuff.
Yeah,
he was like, one of the later toy lines.
So was he after the Emperor?
Maybe. Yeah, no, he was around that same time. It was around the same time as the movie, like the animated movie when Falcon and Law and Order and all those. It was around that time. It was that line.
Okay.
So that's when he came out. So, but I remember getting the toy and loving it because it had the wings and everything, and he came with a little bird and
it's like
all
complex
stuff,
toy right there. It's not just an action figure. It's got a lot of shit to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. But and he came in the Marvel run of the comics later on, like the 90s or something like that. So he wasn't like a long staying character.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. So Kat, you got Exceptional X-Men, which I'm reading. I don't think Mike reads.
No.
But I know you really love this book.
Yeah, it's Kitty Pryde. I just really love the cast, and I know it's not everyone's favorite book, but if you're a Kitty fan, it's a love letter to her. And if you like Marauders, you're going to like this book. It's very much a sequel to it, and it's just gets me excited for comics, gets me excited for X-Men. I love this book. So
gotcha. Real quick, thanks for the clarification, Mike. It's been a while since I've read those issues, so I didn't remember it being that early on, but yeah. Which was still in like, I want to say that was still like the mid to late 80s when those issues came out. Yeah, Exceptional X-Men. It's one of those books like I like it because I like the characters, but I don't always like the story. So it's hit and miss for me in that way. It just depends on which characters I think they're focusing on. But right now, it's like it's Kitty's gone missing, right? Is what you said. Or
Yeah,
did you say
Kitty's
that?
missing. And then the kids, I guess, have to go save her.
Yeah.
Also, like, there's definitely some stuff up in the air with her girlfriend or potential girlfriend. So she keeps
Yeah.
lying to her, which I'm like, are you gonna tell her? Are you not?
Right.
So there's some interesting stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And then finally on Mike's is Escape #1, which I believe is the new Rick Remender book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on my pull.
Yeah,
mine
I'm
too.
excited for that. It's very interesting story premise as the guy is flies a bomber plane. It crash lands on the enemy's land, and then what happens is in 24 hours that land is going to get bombed, and he has to figure out a way to escape. And the
Right.
only people that can help him escape is a father and son that live there.
Yeah.
So very interesting premise.
And it's anthropomorphic, so they're animal people.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
adds like I coming off of Sacrificers. And
Yep.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it's gonna
Which
be
Sacrifice is still not done, by the way. They're for some reason it's on hiatus. I don't know what's going on there, but
I don't think I read the last issue yet. I think it's somewhere.
I
in the
don't.
file.
I probably did, but I don't remember what it's about. But no, I'm excited about that one, and that's why I put it on there. So this time for me, I put 3 new #1s on there that I was excited about. So
Yeah. Cool. All right.
All
And that is
right.
it. Yeah.
So before we get into the news, just Kickstarter stuff, and
Right.
I want to talk about Power Rangers. I do have a short story in the Power Rangers Pink book. So if you guys are collecting any of the Power Rangers comics, her latest omnibus, we actually have a short story in it. So it's her after being a Pink Power Ranger, she is full-fledged into her gymnastics and kind of missing her life as a ranger. And we kind of go into her psyche a little bit. It's called The Twisties, based on the gymnastics thing, the Twisties, when you lose control and kind of fall in the sky. So it's a really fun book. I'm excited about it. So go check that one out. Also, we got a Kickstarter going on. I'm going to screen share that. Here we go. First, let me actually get to the page. This is Devin and Taylor, issue 2. So if you enjoy detective stories, it's your average kid detectives. They're grown up now. And our first issue cliffhanger was that actually the girl detective is a serial killer. So she had now Devin, the other half of the duo, has to figure out what's kind of going on with this mystery that now his best friend is at the center of. So go check it out if you like detective stories or murder mysteries or honestly slashers. You really like that. So Power Rangers, Devin and Taylor, go check all that stuff out. I'm going to put a link in the description for that. And then we are going to go into the news. So first up is Batman Polybags, which we're also going to add the recently announced, I think, Ultimate Comics Ends is also going to have a polybag. You know, I want to have fun with these. I really like the polybags, but I don't want them to overdo it. I don't want it to be like every week, here's a polybag. I want it to be for really special books. And that's my hope. But I like them. I think they're fun.
Yeah, it's an old school kind of thing. It's fun.
The Batman ones are like black, so they're completely covered, and they're $10 a piece. Just letting you know, and they're foil, so that's
Okay.
what they are. Yeah,
they're all foil, or is it that's
I think the blind
one?
bags are foil. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's at least you're.
That's
getting
why I
foil.
think you're paying so much for them.
That's cool, at least. And then I didn't read into the Ultimate Ends one, but we'll see what's going on with that. All right, that's the polybags. We're going to go into the event that was mentioned a little bit in the comments earlier, but DC KO event. I mean, I think it's fun. I think DC is doing a lot of great stuff. And again, we'll always state this. We are more Marvel fans. So it's interesting to see DC being like kind of this juggernaut and Marvel not. It's funny you have Batman issue 1 by Matt Fraction being the big polybag book. And then you have this kind of random Ultimate Ends issue 1 that they think is the big book to do their polybag. And I think that kind of shows a difference of what's going on with Marvel and DC right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. This DCKO event, I'm super excited to see like what they're gonna do with it. I mean, I love how they made this bracket style of like tournament, and you're gonna have all these different competitors in it, and it's like March Madness. It's basically what the bracket looks like. And you know, I remember when this was announced, I did a video on it, and I kind of named the players that were already involved in it. I mean, I'm like super excited to see what this whole thing is going to come, if it's actually a bracket or not, or if it's just a fun thing. But even if it's not a bracket, I would love to see if they just like came out with a whole poster of it. I would love to like hang it up on my wall or something like that. That would be badass.
Yeah, everyone loves a good tournament. So it's
True.
but I mean, we mentioned Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson. You got Mark Wade, John Layman, a bunch of superstar artists. They're going all out for this, so I think it's going to be fun.
All right, next up is Kill All Immortals sequel. This was a book that we really, really liked for Image Comics. The sequel's coming. No, Kill All Immortals is
Dark
not
Horse.
the one I'm thinking of. I'm sorry. That I was thinking about Kill Your Darlings. I was thought that.
Oh yeah, no, that's a totally
not
different
that.
book.
No, and I think that's getting a sequel though. So that's like the
Okay.
one I actually wanted to talk about because that does have a sequel. Kill All Immortals I actually dropped, so I don't have much of an opinion on that one. But
Yeah,
you guys did really like Kill All Immortals.
We liked it, but it got repetitive towards the
Okay.
end, right? I think is how we felt about it, Mike. That's how I felt about it.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like I liked it.
Yeah.
And then like towards the end, it was like a very cookie cutter. It's like, hey, look, I'm gonna fight my brothers, and then I'm gonna win against the brothers. And then at the end, she wound up like dumping the boyfriend because the boyfriend was like just using her this entire time, and then she winds up killing the boyfriend. And then the family was right from the beginning. You know, they're like, oh, he's using you, and then we'll see what happens in this next volume. So it did get old for me. I'm not going to lie.
It's kind of interesting reading this article, how the creators are describing her as an Erica Slaughter style heroine. So they're comparing it to Something Is Killing Children. So that's interesting. I don't know that I got that from it, but I like the concept of it a little bit more than the delivery of those last couple of issues. But
right.
I'm curious to see where they would continue it from there, because her battle with her family's over. So what do you do from there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, do you find another boyfriend? Like, what happens?
Or do you go kill more immortals? Like, are there other guys you're going to go to war with?
You find another long lost family? Like, what happens? Right.
I'm not exactly sure where that's going. But okay.
All right, moving on to Knull is returning, and I believe it's in the all new Venom book. Which that's gonna be crazy. I want to. I think it comes out issue 250, which comes out in. Doesn't have a date, but whenever issue 250 comes out, we get to see October, which makes sense for that time. And I want to see MJ versus Knull. Like, what the hell does that look like?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. Maybe that might be the end for her being Venom. Like, I don't know.
Well, it says it's going back to legacy numbering after that, so 251. So that would be my guess, is that it's gonna go somewhere else. But who knows? I don't know how else you do that. Like, that's weird. We were just talking about the goofy soap opera of it, and then you introduce Knull into that mix.
Yeah. And how does he come back? Like, he was dead.
And I could also see it being like an ensemble book then at that point, because they're kind of already doing that. Flash is in this book. Maybe they just bring Eddie as Carnage, and that's just the book. But I also like, what do you do with MJ after she's Venom? Like, did you scratch the surface? Like, what do you do with that character? So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what you do with MJ after she's been Venom. Like, that's the problem with making her a superhero, right? Because then it's like, oh, and now she's a hero. Do we keep her a hero? Do we bring her back to normal? Like, what happens, from that point on?
And it's interesting because, again, we talk about this all the time, but the difference of like how Superman dealt with Lois being a hero and actually going to the ramifications of not having powers anymore, and how that makes her feel to what's going on with MJ. It's such a stark difference.
Yeah, well, because the difference is like, no matter what, Lois is with Superman. But right now, no matter what, it's like it seems like Mary Jane is not going to be with Peter. So, like, what does she do with herself if she separates herself from Powers? Be
And
by
I think that's the only
herself?
thing you could do. Yeah. Well, especially in like a superhero comic when you have to do something. Like
Right.
I think you would have to have her keep powers because that's the only way she's involved in the books. If, like you said, she's not with Peter.
Yeah. And we know she's definitely not with Peter now for sure.
Definitely not. All right, let's get into the other thing. Absolute Evil, just the continuation of the Absolute books. And now this is like their event, which makes sense because they've been teasing that, I think, from the beginning. That free comic book day book, that issue 0 they did. So they've been planning this. It goes back to seeing stuff actually play through after they might have planned it like a year ago. Like I love that about comics. If comics are done right, if things, you know, going into place.
I'm excited for it. I mean, listen, when it comes to the absolute stuff, I've really enjoyed pretty much all of it. And I think now we're going to get to see the villains here. And I think it could be cool. I mean, you're going to see the Joker finally. So I think that could be a lot of fun.
Are you guys all still reading every absolute title? I've been on the fence of dropping Wonder Woman. That's the one where I'm like, I don't know. And Martian
I'm
Manhunter,
reading
I
it.
like, but I don't know. Like, that's also been one where I'm like, where is this going?
Well, Martian
But
Manhunter after issue 6 is taking a break for a while.
oh,
So
okay.
you don't have to read it right now. So you
Mhm.
mentally will take a break from that. And then I like Wonder Woman. I think it's different. I like how she's in this maze right now and she's trying to rescue people. And now she's all dazed and confused and trying to get out of it. I think that's kind of cool. Flash for me is a little bit of a standstill. I think you've already got a fill-in artist, and art hasn't been as solid. There hasn't been really any story progression, but it looks like now we're finally going to get the like introduction to the rogues, so that can maybe elevate the title a little bit more. You know, Batman I really like, and Superman is still my favorite one out of all of them.
Yeah,
My favorite's Green Lantern. I don't know. It's funny
Oh,
because someone said I dropped that
I
one.
forgot
Yeah,
I
Green
love
Lantern.
Green
Green Lantern's
Lantern.
good too.
Green Lantern is
Yeah.
probably my favorite, then Superman. I like Flash, but I agree it's kind of at a standstill. Batman, it was stronger in the beginning. Wonder Woman's the one though I'm considering dropping, and I don't read Martian Manhunter, so that's kind of where I'm
I like Flash. I think that out of all you guys, I probably last Flash the most for the absolute titles. But yeah, I mean they're all good. I think Absolute Superman, I want to really see where it goes. I felt like it I want to see more Superman. He
at.
hasn't
Yeah,
really been the center in the last couple of issues. So I want to see more of that. But I mean, obviously all the Ra's al Ghul stuff is really interesting. But they're all great. I mean,
yeah.
it's great to have
With
titles like that.
with Flash, I love the art and I like the characters. I just it's I don't know. It's a little bit too decompressed for my taste.
Mhm.
So
I
it's
love
being
Jeff
pointed out.
Lemire's writing. Like, it's
Yeah,
just I'm so used to that side. You don't love Jeff Lemire's writing though, right, Brant?
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like his writing. I just think the artwork in that book, they've
Mhm.
like already had a fill-in artist in there and it doesn't match up to his writing
Yeah.
because the way he writes, it's integral to have that artwork, to really show what the story that he's trying to tell. And when you get somebody else in there, like I think the most recent issue, I was like, oh, what is this art? It doesn't go well with what he's trying to do. So yeah, it's like I want that artwork that I'm getting on issue 1 and 2, like I that's what I want.
No, that's understandable. It was great art for those first 2 issues. So, all right, let's get into the next thing. Unless, Brant, do you have more on Absolute Evil?
no, not
Uh,
really. I'm just excited for it.
2 Spider-Men. This was announced a little while ago, but I'm sure we have opinions on it. You have a Cosmic Spider-Man coming, and obviously your friendly neighborhood. I mean, it hasn't been a secret that I have not been loving this run by any means. So I think if I have blinders on, I'd be like, yeah, this sounds cool. This sounds different. But knowing everything we've kind of gotten the past couple of years for Spider-Man, it's hard to get excited. And I also hate cosmic stories. They're just not for me. So I'm just like, oh, now it's another element of something I might not like. So, I mean, obviously going to keep an open mind for when it comes out, but it doesn't really excite me.
I'm kind of right there too. It's like I love Spider-Man, but I don't love the book right now. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's the I don't art is just
No
I'm
words.
trying to yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I'm not super excited about, it, but I am curious about it. I want to know who the second Spider-Man is. I want to know what happens to make this come into play.
I
So.
I think like his writing is better in this
Yeah,
run.
than previous stuff. Yeah,
Right. And my thing is like it probably would be a cooler story if you don't have so many Spider-Verse characters. So it's
Mhm.
like it's almost like you're introducing another Spider-Man. Hey, let's
Yeah.
get a cosmic Spider-Man in the Amazing Spider-Man book. And you're like, come on, dude. You know? And so now you're gonna get Pepe Larraz in the cosmic side of things as the artist, and you're gonna get the Amazing Spider-Man, street level Spider-Man, and you're going to get John Romita Jr.
I
doing
wish it was
that.
the other way around. Actually.
No, yeah, no, for sure.
It's
But you
not
know you're
because
not
he
gonna get
can't
that.
I
he
Yeah.
know.
can't handle the cosmic stuff. The cosmic stuff is too detailed. Like what are you what are you gonna
Yeah.
do like with Spider-Man in space for John Romita Jr. Have
Right.
these close-up panels with him with like in like little dots in the background like this? I mean, he just can't do it anymore. Like I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be disrespectful, but there's just certain things that he physically can't do anymore when it comes to like drawing certain titles.
I mean, there's probably a reason why he changed his style up. So I don't know. It's just I would rather the main book have art that I'm more of a fan of. That's all.
Yeah. No, I agree. I just wish
Yeah.
I would get that Pepe Larraz artwork every single issue.
Right.
Or an
That's
artist that's comparable to like his
Yeah.
style, like
yeah.
something
Right.
that's
It's so jarring. Like it's completely different. You're like, man, come on. So yeah.
it's a fun time to be a Spider-Man fan. All right, moving on to TMNT Creative Team Switch. We now have Jean Yang and the artist who did that Batwoman series, the first series that she was in with Detective Comics. I don't read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I was there for the Eisners. I was there for like half of it. And Jean Yang won a lot, so he's definitely popular. Obviously, he's already been popular, but now with the Eisners, so recently, that's probably going to be a big name for the book.
Yeah. I like Freddie Williams art, so that's kind of cool. I know the name Gene, however you pronounce it, but I don't
Jean
remember what
Yang.
he's Yang. I don't remember what he's written. So
I'm gonna tell you guys. Give me a
Okay.
minute. Let's see. He has done a lot of Avatar. He's done a lot of Avatar. Let's see, because I'm trying to see if he's done any Marvel or DC stuff.
I know he
He's
has.
done Shang-Chi. He's done a lot of
Okay.
Shang-Chi. That's
Okay.
probably what you probably and Monkey Prince from New Superman also.
Okay.
The
Oh
the
yeah,
Asian
yeah.
Superman.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't. I'm gonna be on a wait to see on this one then. It needs something. I think it's good right now, but it's not as good as it could be. I think. I don't know. It's in a weird place. Like it started off so strong, and then once they got together, it just kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be continuing it. It might
Yeah.
be the
I'll
point
try it
where
out.
I'll say
Yeah.
I might, depending on the week. I'm like, do I try the next team? We'll see.
Yeah.
But I am kind of bummed that he is leaving. I
Mhm.
just felt like it was like, oh yeah, I got them together, and now I'm good.
Yeah.
And so I wish he had a little bit more story to tell in that. So
Right. I
I don't
agree
know.
with that.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I think I'll try the first issue and see how I feel about it then.
Right.
Next up is a new Nico Scarlet Witch miniseries. I just wanted to mention it because Jeremy Whitley is a friend, and I'm so excited to see him write Nico. So and just see more of Nico. So I'm
That's cool.
excited about that.
I like Scarlet Witch. I like Nico, so I'm definitely gonna try it out.
Cool. All right, moving on to Kelly Thompson, writing Buffy and Angel for Dynamite.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is really obviously Kelly Thompson writing it. I think is super interesting. It's moving from Boom to Dynamite, which is also another interesting thing. And Dynamite's kind of figuring out their whole distribution right now, and they have a lot of licenses. They've almost become the new IDW in that way, where there's just so many licenses. I'm curious. I'll say I haven't loved a Buffy comic, and I love Buffy, so I would like to love a Buffy comic. And I think if anyone's going to do it, it'll probably be Kelly Thompson.
Yeah, there've been points here and there where I've really liked an issue of Buffy,
Yeah.
or a short arc, but never like a complete book.
The whole run. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I do like Kelly Thompson, and so I'll definitely check it out. But yeah, that's interesting news for sure. Both Kelly Thompson and Dynamite, and the return of Buffy. So it's triple news there. So cool.
All right, moving into Ultimate Spider-Man Ends, and then we get this Ultimate Ends thing that we've already been talking about. Look, if they actually end Ultimate Spider-Man, I don't know what Marvel is doing.
Right.
And maybe Hickman might be leaving. Like, obviously, that could be a potential of like Hickman leaves and passes the torch to someone else, but that also feels not right.
It's not going to be the same, no matter regardless.
Yeah.
I just think the Ultimate Universe ending is not the route to go. They should just have like that's even if it's not actually ending. This feels like such a weird arc. I'm not a fan, and it just feels like they're ruining the thing that people are actually enjoying about Marvel right now, or at least my knowledge.
It's the best Marvel book on the stands
by far.
Yeah, it's like keep Ultimate Spider-Man with that creative team. I like Ultimate Wolverine because it's become the best X-Men book that there actually is right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Because now all the X-Men are in it, and that's what makes it cool.
Yeah.
And he's Wolverine now. He's not Winter Soldier anymore.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's a good book. But man, Ultimate Spider-Man, best Marvel book on the stands by far. So that's sad news. It's such sad news.
We'll see. That'll be coming out soon. Next is Invincible is returning again. There's this Capes book that's coming out. I didn't love Battle Beast. It wasn't for me, but I know people love that book. I just kind of want Invincible at this point. I just don't really care about the side characters as much.
I'll be honest. I have not caught up on Battle Beast. I thought the first issue was fine, but I haven't had the overwhelming desire to continue with it. And that makes me sad because I love Invincible. I love that universe. I don't remember Capes.
So I don't remember
either.
Capes either.
Yeah, so it's like okay, but I'm with you, Kat. I just want Invincible back. Just give me.
Dude, I'm sorry, but I love Battle Beast. I think it's great.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah,
I just haven't read it.
Yeah,
it seems like a very you book too. It feels like very action, bloody. Which again, I like action and bloody. I don't know this character very well, so it's hard to get into his head. I want that. That's the type of thing I liked about Invincible.
It's very action driven, but it's very I love the artistic side of it. Like I love that's why I fell in love with Ryan Otley's artwork to begin with.
Oh yeah.
Because it's very much Invincible like artwork, right? And so it's like that's why he got the gig at being the Amazing Spider-Man artist, right? Yeah. So it was like because of Invincible, and it's just like he gets to showcase his true artistic talent in an independent comic book like that.
Yeah.
The art is incredible. I mean, that's something we can definitely state. And that's the parts I liked about Invincible, but what I loved about Invincible too is the build up to those bigger moments. And I didn't feel the build up as much. But what were you gonna say, Brent?
I was just gonna say I'm not saying the book's bad or anything. I literally haven't read it past issue 1. I got excited about it because at the time I saw the episode of the animated series with Battle Beast in it, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be fun. Then I read it and it wasn't quite what I was expecting. And then I just never made my way back to the subsequent issues yet. So I'm just like kind of at a place where I don't know if it's my thing or not. So that's where I'm at.
Tevye asks if we think Invincible will return. I hope not, honestly. Like I love Invincible, but that book
I,
ended in such a way
I
that
don't
how
think
do
it
you
will.
continue
Yeah,
it?
I don't see it coming back. That's like almost like bringing back The Walking Dead. It's like there was just such an ending to it. It's kind of like it's better that it's just left on its own, you know.
You could probably do something with some certain characters from it, like in the future. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like obviously, like they leave the door open for his kids. Like
Right, right.
there was that
Yeah.
big time jump, so you could probably see stuff with them, and you could have like guest star appearances of Invincible and Adam Eve. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they're continuing Invincible in some way. It does feel like they're only doing it because of the TV show, though, and I think that kind of sucks. It's like, oh, the TV show's doing well. We need some of the, some new comics. So I don't know if it feels like we needed to tell this story. This is a story I've always wanted to tell. But also, comics is a business, so if it's gonna make you money, why not? And if it's a good product, why not? Right?
Yeah.
True. Absolutely.
I got hot takes. I don't know if that's a hot take that Invincible not coming back. I feel like that's I was like maybe me not liking Battle Beast is a hot take, but
Yeah.
I think Invincible not coming back is not too much of a hot take. I'll say that I don't think Battle Beast is a bad book. I really do like the book in that way. It's just it's not what I liked about Invincible, and that's okay.
Right. There was
but it's
so
what
much. Yeah. There was definitely. Oh, go ahead, Kat. I'm sorry.
no, I was gonna say, but it's
go
what
after you.
Mike would like. It's like what people
Yeah.
would like from it. So go on, Brant.
There was a lot of that kind of stuff in Invincible, but there was also all the character stuff, and it was kind of the marriage of the two that kind of made that book special for me.
Yeah.
So.
I agree. All right, let's go into unless Mike, do you have any more about Invincible? We'll move on to the next thing.
No,
Okay,
it's
cool.
good.
Webtoon. Disney is going to be publishing 100+ titles with Webtoon, which I think is one of the smartest moves that Marvel can do. It's like Star Wars and Amazing Spider-Man, the run that we don't love, but I saw the image of that. But that's the way to get a new audience. They're also older books, so I'm sure it's
Absolutely.
why not give it for free at that point?
Yeah.
I'm very
Who cares? Like, who cares how bad they are? If it gets people reading the stories, that's what we want.
For sure.
All right. And then the last news piece is the DC Marvel crossover. We got some teams announced here. I think this is the second part. So the Deadpool and Batman has already been announced. So this is Batman Deadpool. And the creators are Scott Snyder, James Tynion, Joshua Williamson, and Hayden Sherman are going to be doing a Constantine with Doctor Strange book. Then we got Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo, who's doing Nightwing and Laura. Mariko Tamaki and Amanda Connors, Harley Quinn and Hulk. And then G. Willow Wilson and Dennis Cohen is doing Static and Miss Marvel. I mean,
I like all of them.
Right, same. I think the only thing I personally don't love, but I think is a good move is Constantine and Doctor Strange. I'm not a huge Magic fan, but all the other ones I love. The creative teams here. I just wish there was more. Like obviously, like I wish they could do even more with this. But I mean, Laura and Tom, returning with Tom Taylor, G. Willow Wilson returning with Miss Marvel. Like I mean, that's cool. Obviously, we're all very excited for this crossover because also it means maybe a comic will sell over 1 million copies. I feel like that's possible here.
Yeah.
When are they releasing? When are they releasing them? Like, I know there's like that one.
One is next month. I think it's in September.
Right.
Oh, you mean like these short stories? They're all backups, I think, of the actual
in the main
book.
within the main book.
Mm-hmm.
See, it would be cool if they did. This would probably never happen, but it would be cool if they kind of did like a year-long Marvel and DC crossover thing where it was like once a month you get one book with, say, these characters, right? Like, Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Deadpool in February, and then March, and so on and so on. And you get one issue of just like those crossover, like one shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to see that for an entire year. I think that would be really freaking cool.
Yeah, it would.
I wonder what the legality is, right?
Right.
Like, how are they doing this? Why they're? I mean, I'm sure why is to make money, but how
Sure,
they're
of
doing
course.
it, and why is it only 2 issues, like you said? At least make it a
Right.
mini series. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I feel like there's a reason why it's only 2 issues.
Probably. I mean, with so many characters and so many companies involved and all that stuff, it's probably a logistic nightmare even trying to get this much done. But I would love to see that too. I think that would be fantastic.
Because that's like the dream. That's like
Yeah.
the thing we've all been waiting for.
But
But
I
I guess
think
we
they
can't ask for too much.
yeah, I think they did choose some really interesting pair ups. Even the Doctor Strange Constantine, if you're not a fan, it's still kind of interesting
Yeah.
where Doctor Strange is like this doctor by the book and everything, and Constantine just kind of fly by the
Yeah.
pants kind of
Yeah,
ride.
yeah.
It'd be
Exactly.
interesting. Yeah.
So that is, believe it or not, all the news. So we are back, guys, and we'll be doing this weekly. But I should mention next week I won't be on.
That's like I'm back, but I'm gone.
But
Yeah.
I'm on next week. But after that, I'll be okay. I'm seeing Lady Gaga. What is more comic booky than Lady Gaga? So many things. But yeah. So I will not be on next week, but I'll be back after that. And
Yeah.
you guys
Brent
will be
and I
on.
Brent and
we'll
I
be
will be on next week for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
And it doesn't look like there's some good books coming out next week, but it doesn't look like a too heavy of a week, which is cool. So yeah, we'll definitely bring you, our thoughts and everything when it comes to next week's comics. We'll bring more news, but we want to thank all you guys for joining us tonight. It was a great turnout. We had constantly probably over 70 viewers constantly watching, and your guys' comments were absolutely awesome. So thank you for the love and the support. And it's good to be back. So, guys, thank you so much. As always, make sure you give us a like on your way out. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, Branch channel, Only Good Comics, or Catch channel, Comic Uno, go ahead, subscribe over there. And, of course, don't forget that hit that bell for those notifications when this show goes live. Yeah, don't forget to follow Comic Book Weekly. It's an actual channel. It just has all our shows on there. So yes, go ahead and follow that. So, that's a new graphic there too. That like and subscribe. Look at that. It's animated and everything, man.
StreamYard built in some new features while we were
gone.
nice.
Fancy stuff, man. They're getting high tech now, huh? So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful evening. And in 9 minutes, have a wonderful new comic book day. So, guys, thank you so much. Good night.